Oh, and guess what? Somebody commented, the eye of the storm is for hurricanes.
And just because they commented it means they're a professional? Are they a weather person or something?
Well.
A storm chaser?
Well. It
I
means that I was right.
I want to hear from a storm chaser.
Do we have any storm chasers that follow our dog training educational YouTube channel?
Maybe they chase storms in the evenings and train dogs on the weekends. You never know. Welcome back to this week's YAWA, where we are going to answer as many of your awesome questions as we possibly can. But first, we want to take a second to celebrate. Ding, 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 ding. Because we are celebrating 8 years in business for ourselves.
Yep, and that calls for popping a cork off of something. So
it's what I had in the fridge.
It wasn't in the fridge, but I reminded her that it should probably go in the fridge.
Okay, it's what I had in the wine cabinet.
How do you get this thing? I don't even know how to open this.
Use a pocket knife.
Done. So we are eight years in business to the day today. Huzzah.
People probably think we're a little crazy because we do this every day together and we have stayed married the entire time.
Yes, we have. And I'm a lucky man. It's got a smiley face on it.
Aw, that's
I'm afraid
so
it's
cute.
gonna
Show him. It's the smiley face.
No.
Okay, now you can pop it.
All right, let's see if we can try and not break anything.
I'm going to hold these. They're breakable. Don't aim that at me.
I kind of want to do it with a sword. I should have practiced. I watched this. It was masterclass. It was with a sword.
And they chopped
it
open...
was like ka-ching with a saber, you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, here we go. You ever seen that?
No. I'm sheltered. The anticipation is killing me. Just pop it off already.
It's freaking in there.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
That was a little anticlimactic.
A little. But it's got some kind of cool foamy stuff. All right. Pour a little bit in there. What is this stuff anyway?
I don't know. Sparkling sweet red, something.
Something. And what are these magical glasses?
These beautiful glasses are hand-blown champagne flutes from my dear Aunt Melanie. We got them for Christmas a couple years ago.
Hand-blown is always my favorite.
And just because they're gorgeous, I like to use them. And if they break, they break.
We were supposed to like toast or something. I just went straight for the sip.
Yeah, I know.
To business and us, and to all of you that support and follow us and have been there along the way. There's been a lot of people that have helped us. There's been a lot of people that
have supported us.
And
trusted and believed in us.
And trusted and believed in us is a very good way to put it.
Because we wouldn't be here. We definitely wouldn't be here without the trust people have put in us to train their dogs, the trust that people have put in us to find them a puppy that's going to fit their family, and the trust in us to help them train their dogs from home.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Thank all of you. And ching, here we go. That's kind of tasty.
It is tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Some champagne can be a little dry. You said gonna need more than that?
Gonna need more of that. I'm pretty sure that this will be gone.
Maybe even before part 2. We will see.
Come on.
Okay.
You got a sipper.
I'm a sipper.
Okay. So, questions. This
is the perfect question to start this week's YAWA with. From
I'm ready.
Okay, good. From Britt Spillett on Instagram. If you hadn't become dog trainers, where do you think life would have taken you?
What? Seriously?
It was the perfect question. And it wasn't even asked today. I just knocked the camera a little bit. They hadn't even asked it after we posted our little...
So where would you have been if you hadn't become a dog trailer?
I would probably...
I just said dog trailer. Trainer. You're not a hauler of dogs.
I'm not.
Unless they're puppies, and you can get like 3 or 4 of them, and you're like a little puppy dog trailer. Okay, go.
Before I started training dogs, I was working for Sam's Club in the business office, doing deposits and accounting, and I liked what I was doing. I was fairly satisfied. I wouldn't say it was something I was passionate about, but I was content and had something like the dog training opportunity that we had not come along, I would probably still be doing that because honestly, I'm not much of a risk taker.
You don't think you would have? You don't think you would have actually gone and taught for a little while? That's what you went to school for.
No. If I had, we would never have had Aiden. Just saying.
Okay. And there is a.
But what I was saying is, I'm not much of a risk taker. So me saying, Ethan, let's start our own whatever business. It wouldn't have been me.
No.
That was him.
It would not have.
I was all him. And I was like, yeah, I could get on board with that. I love puppies.
Who doesn't love puppies? So,
where do you think you would have been?
I am going to say that I would have been. Well, before I left, I was fixing computers for the Geek Squad. I probably still wouldn't be there, but I probably...
You were doing some school for computer programming, too.
Yeah, which I hated. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real here. I did not enjoy that. I did a good job at it, but I did not enjoy it. I got to believe I would be doing something for myself somewhere. I would have started some business doing something, and in all honesty... I looked at a good portion of the money that I made for Best Buy at the time, and looked at my monthly budgets and went, even if I made a small fraction of this for myself, I would be doing all right, So I probably would have started up in direct competition with other computer repair places, including my previous employment position. I would have started fixing computers.
Interesting.
I would guess.
I would guess that you would have done something along those lines as well. Because you were good at it.
When I was a little boy, I always dreamed I wanted to be a professional fisherman, and haven't made it there yet. So,
not yet.
There's still time. There's still time.
Okay, well, that was a really great question to start this week's YAWA off with, especially in relation to the fact that we have been in business now for 8 years, which is pretty darn awesome. So the next question that I want to touch on is from JM Gorham on Instagram. What are your thoughts on using e-collars for limiting barking? They are not the best option for something like that. Typically, barking is not something that needs to be controlled in a sense of using an e-collar, or even better yet, a bark collar, because the timing would be perfect. But a lot of times the barking is a direct result of something else.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that we don't. There isn't a time and a place for bark collars, because they're definitely a beneficial tool in some situations, because like Kat was saying, the timing is perfect. The correction in that situation can be perfectly timed and at the right level and for every individual dog. But with an e-collar, actually, it'd be called like a manual bark collar. It may be able to help somewhat with some dogs that are whiners that figure out how to whine under a bark collar. But even that, all of those behaviors go back to something. And I would say most of the time that something is a lack in someplace else of their life.
Because they want to be involved in what's going on. Dogs in general have a very social personality, so they want to be part of what's going on. And when they're not, they tend to complain about it. And so if you can, give them something else to think about or focus on, or wear their little butts out through both mental and physical stimulation, then the need for that bark collar, or even using a manual bark collar with an e-collar, should be much less. And the problem with using the manual bark collar
that's where I was going.
No,
you're fine.
The problem with using the manual bark collar by using an e-collar is that you're not there constantly, and you don't have the transmitter in your hand constantly to make those timely corrections. And if your dog's barking and whining, and then you're like, oh, I got to go get the transmitter, and then you make that correction, your timing's off, and then it's not as effective.
100%.
Great.
That's tasty, but these glasses are a little bit cumbersome. It's like,
you don't want to smash them into the microphone. So the glasses and the drinking aren't necessarily cumbersome. It's these giant microphones that Ethan keeps telling me I have to have right there in front of my face that makes it hard to drink around.
Yep.
But next question, and this is a good one from Trent_14.
Okay, what do we got?
Did you keep Thunder?
Thunder.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
And if you are you going to do a training series? So first of all, okay. Let me just expand on Ethan's very blunt and efficient answer, because that's what I do. I expand on Ethan's answers. So yes, we kept.
Glad you clarified there.
Expand. Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Did we keep Thunder? Yes. Are we doing another series with him? No, because we have multiple puppy training series from very start to very finish. Basically the entire first year of our puppy's lives with Quest and Rogue. We have a few pieces of that entire series with another puppy named Fox and another puppy named Mac, which was like our first series. So the audio and video isn't like the highest quality, but the information is all still there. And then again, we did all of the training series with another puppy, Sprig. Even though he was a lab, a lot of that beginning training is very similar to what we would do with any puppy, whether it's a pointing dog or a flushing dog. So
100%.
We definitely don't feel like our YouTube channel is lacking content in that specific area. And we want to focus more on being able to fill in the holes and add to our content where we get a lot of questions. So things like the tug of war question and the things about crate training and potty training and even puppy biting, if he ends up being really bitey, are things that we want to touch on, but not do an entire series with him. However, we do and have started doing little live videos on IGTV when the mood hits us and the proper timing and situation arises with him, where we're like, hey, this would be something kind of cool to throw up on live. And instead of getting all of our camera equipment and everything ready, we can just turn our phone on and video what's going on, pop in and answer a few questions for people, and then move on with our day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And just so you know, he's got the cutest new name, Standing Stone's young gun, calling him Thunder. We didn't change his puppy name, which we haven't done all that often, but Muddy, his mama, we also kept her puppy name, which is kind of cool. Vex, we kept Vex's puppy name.
Vex's puppy name.
We did not keep Nix's.
Legends is different. Yeah, Nix's puppy name was Quad.
Yep.
Because he had 4 patches. Boom, 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 boom. We called him Quad.
Changed his name.
I tried to talk you into keeping Quad.
It was cool, but I changed it.
Legend was changed.
Grit was changed because we didn't get her from our kennel, and Quest was changed.
Quest was changed.
So sometimes we keep the puppy names, sometimes we don't.
What do we got next?
We have another question from Harrison Lott on Instagram. Can you explain operant conditioning and how it is used in dog training?
All right, this one's going to be a real easy one.
Yes. That's why I asked it.
Okay. Go to the video titled, is it operant conditioning?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
operant conditioning. It's on our channel. So we'll go ahead and throw it up somewhere in this vicinity, so the exact title so people can search it. Or I don't think you can link to actual videos anymore.
I don't know.
Whatever. In the description, it'll pop up somewhere or something, so it will direct you to where to go.
But yes, it explains how and when we use
all 4 quadrants
conditioning.
and videos of examples. So.
Yes. So the last question I think that we have time for in part 1.
I'm looking at the time. We don't have any questions left. We don't have any time left. We'll go to part 2.
Okay. Part 2.
We're going to take a short break, guys. Thanks for being with us for this first part. We'll be back shortly to celebrate just a little more and answer some more questions.